here in Chiang Mai. Last week I had some business meetings in Vietnam. Next week I go to Malaysia, but I do have the weekend here in Chiang Mai, 48 hours. I'm gonna do some touristy stuff and just explore the city, but hopefully give you an idea of what to do if you've got a weekend to spend in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Chiang Mai is a city in northern Thailand, situated in the mountainous region between Laos and Myanmar. It's about a 1-hour flight north of Bangkok, or in my case, I came here from Vietnam. It's an hour flight west of Hanoi. The city itself only has a population of about 120,000 people, but the greater metro area is about 10 times that, about 1.2 million. Now, I'm going to explore the city a little bit, but really the main reason I'm here, the reason most people come to Chiang Mai, is to explore the nature and the outdoor scene. Unlike southern Thailand where you have the beaches, Chiang Mai offers lush mountains, jungle treks, and waterfalls, and a lot more. Of course, first off, you've got to find a place to stay, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my accommodations here in Chiang Mai. So it's one of the perks of staying anywhere in Southeast Asia is you get to stay in some fantastic hotels. Your dollar goes a lot further than it does in many places. And so I'm staying in the Intercontinental Hotel right in the heart of Chiang Mai. When you're talking about accommodations, there's a lot of different ways to do a place like Chiang Mai. If you're young, you're on a budget, you can come here and stay in a hostel for less than $10 a night. If you're looking for somewhere a little bit nicer, there's plenty of hotel options that look decent between the $20 and $50 range. Now, I'm here on an extended business trip, a little weekend, and I wanted a taste of luxury. And for $150 a night, I stayed here at the Intercontinental, one of the nicer hotels in the city. A place like this in North America or Europe would probably be well over $300 a night. But again, it's your choice, luxury or budget. When it comes to finding and booking your activities, I use TripAdvisor, but I use it mostly for research to see what's popular and what things cost. Once I'm in town, I'd rather hire a local driver than book a prepackaged tour. About 2 blocks from my hotel, I found this little shop that did car rentals, and I hired a driver for the day. It cost 2,000 baht, that's about $60, and I much prefer that over a curated tour experience with a lot of other people. Probably a little bit overkill here. My private car ends up being a 9-person van, but hey, we're gonna have fun today. I truly had no idea that my driver would show up with a full-size van. In fact, I would have insisted on a smaller car, but they said it was the nicest vehicle they had. And the good thing is I did get to know my driver pretty well. We chat for a while, both to and from our destinations. His name was Da. He's got 2 children. And he took me to get some of my favorite Thai food right out of the gate. Saku Saimu. It's a little Thai appetizer. Right here, I'm gonna have me just a little lunch as we drive, eating a Saku Saimu. That's good. For the next hour, we drove north of Chiang Mai into the Mae Tang region. Our first stop was Dantewada, Land of Angels Waterfall Park. Now, this is a curated garden park, so everything here is man-made, including the waterfalls and the rock formations. It's kind of a whimsical place. There's some stepping stone paths and some cool gardens to walk around. There's even a little petting zoo area with some goats and rabbits. And I saw a few families and children while I was here. And there's even a little cafe where you can grab some lunch. They use a lot of mist machines at this place, and it was refreshing to walk down this one pathway filled with mist. Definitely a tourist trap here, but I would say for 80 baht, that's not too bad. I don't think you need to spend more than maybe an hour here. Next, we headed to a nearby elephant sanctuary. Many visitors come to see the elephants here, but I wasn't particularly interested. The animals here are captive, and while there are some wild elephants that still roam in parts of northern Thailand, this isn't one of those places. What I came for was the chance to float down the river on a bamboo raft. and it cost about $30. Definitely a touristy experience, but it was beautiful. The river runs a reddish-brown color from the nutrients in the sediments, and it reminded me of a boat ride I once took on the Mekong River in nearby Laos. The same clay-colored water set against the deep green jungle on both banks. This is a beautiful environment here. The river itself is slow moving, something you would like tube down or take a canoe down, but the scenery is beautiful. Although the area is developed, there are a lot of homes and even some tourist sites off on both banks of the river. Still a peaceful experience and something that I enjoyed coming to today. I spent most of the time just soaking in the scenery, but the guides did let me steer the raft for a bit. The whole trip lasted about an hour, and it was simple and peaceful, but an enjoyable experience. Next up is the Wat Ban Den, often called the Blue Temple because of the electric blue rooftops. This is in the same Mai Tang region north of Chiang Mai. The temple's origins actually go back centuries, but most of what you see today was built during a major expansion that occurred sometime around 1988. And it's best known obviously for the vivid blue rooftops, but also has elaborate pagodas and a mix of traditional architecture with some modern artistic touches. I always love coming to the temples in Thailand. I think they're beautiful. Everyone's a little bit different, and just the intricacy of the designs, the uniqueness. Check this out. And one of the highlights, at least for me, of this entire temple complex was the reclining Buddha Hall. You walk in here and the statue is enormous. It's styled in the Burmese tradition with the Buddha lying down relaxing, and it's surrounded by these richly painted murals that all tell a story. And there's a lot of intricate patterns in here. There's gold accents that contrast with deep reds and blues, and this hall is filled with the sense of grandeur. Together, the reclining Buddha and the artwork make it the most memorable part of the temple, in my opinion. Next up, we took about a half-hour drive through a beautiful thick forest until we reached the Tong Waterfall. And I might have mispronounced that, but this place is better known as the Sticky Waterfall. It is one of the most unusual natural attractions in northern Thailand. Now, unlike most waterfalls, the limestone rock here is porous and textured. Instead of being slippery, it grips to your feet, so you can actually walk up the waterfall without sliding down. It's a strange but fun feeling to climb directly up against the rushing water with your bare feet. It's like your own little playground. Surrounded by a lush forest, the falls here are made up of several tiers. Each one is easy to climb up and explore, and there's even a rope to help you keep your balance. And locals and travelers alike come here to cool off and take photos and just enjoy the novelty of walking up against gravity. It's pretty amazing if you've done any canyoneering, even just a little bit like I have. Any canyon you go into with like slick rock, it's extremely slippery, and yet here you can make your way up this limestone rock formation and you have almost perfect grip. It's pretty cool to experience this firsthand. And there are some spots where it's just a little bit mossy, you gotta be careful on, but 99% of the time here, it's just crazy what kind of incredible grip you have with your bare feet walking up this waterfall. Now, I've got to say, this was my favorite activity of the day. It's my kind of attraction where you don't just look at something. It's not just scenic, but it's interactive. You can get down into this thing, get wet, and I actually went to the top of this waterfall and then enjoyed it so much I decided to go do it again. And so I spent some time here, but really had a fun time, and I highly recommend going to the Tong Waterfall. I do want to spend a little bit of time talking about the Old Town Chiang Mai area. Obviously, I spent a lot of my time doing some outdoor activities, but I did get a chance to walk around Chiang Mai. The Old Town area is a perfect square, roughly a mile across, surrounded by a moat and the remains of an old defensive wall. And you're looking here at the most famous section of that restored wall, a place called Ta Pei Gate. This section is known for the flocks of pigeons and the tourists that come to photograph. Now from the gate, the main road heading east is Ta Pei Road, and you're going to find a lot of cafes and bars along this road. There's a lot of shops. Most of the hotels are located down in this area. There's also a couple of different night markets, and I passed by one of these that had a wide selection of food vendors and a live band performing. So I sat down and enjoyed me some dinner. Now you're going to want to try the most famous Thai dish in Chiang Mai. It's known as Khao Soi. It's a northern Thai coconut curry noodle soup, and it usually includes chicken or beef, and it has a creamy broth and some crispy noodles on top. And I tried this a couple different times. It's a delicious dish, though it can be a bit spicy. I want to talk just for a minute about the Wat Lai Saturday Night Walking Market, which is just south of Chiang Mai's old city. Now, Chiang Mai is known for its weekend markets. There's a big one on Sunday, but this one was fantastic. The street shuts down to traffic on Saturday night, and it fills with rows of stalls. There's a few live performers and a crowd that's a mix of both locals and travelers. I really love this market. There's music in the air, there's food sizzling on the grills, it smells great. And while, yes, it's crowded, it wasn't frantic. You have people slowly weaving their way down this long street. I think this is a great weekend market. I love it that there's a lot of handicrafts here, and there's less of the souvenirs and counterfeit stuff that you find in so many other weekend markets and night markets in Thailand. What makes this market special is the emphasis on handmade crafts. You'll find everything from silver jewelry and wood carvings to textiles and paintings. I saw one guy selling these flute-like musical instruments that he made himself. And I couldn't resist buying a few things. I really like this modern elephant painting, and I bought it right from the artist. It's colorful and artsy and not your typical tourist piece. I also couldn't resist buying a couple of these miniature tuk-tuks, cleverly made out of recycled soda cans. And they'll fit nicely with some of the quirky knickknacks and souvenirs that I've got on my home travel shelf. Now, if you're in Chiang Mai on Saturday night, this is a great, family-friendly night market. It's got a good mix of shopping, culture, and creativity. I definitely recommend coming to this. So as I wrap up this video, a couple of final thoughts and regrets. One thing I didn't get to do is go to a Thai cooking class. There are a lot of them, and it's a very popular activity to do up here in Chiang Mai. Unfortunately, it takes 4 or 5 hours. It's not something that you can just stroll up to one evening and expect to have a 90-minute cooking class. It's at least a half a day activity, but highly recommended, and I didn't get a chance to try it. And that's really the thing about Chiang Mai. I've been to Thailand, I think 12 or 13 times over the last 20 years, and I've never really explored the northern part of the country. I've gone down to the beaches, and Bangkok always has a lot to offer. But up here in Chiang Mai, it might be my new favorite place, but you need more than just a weekend. You probably need at least 3 or 4 days to explore things. You could even spend a week here. There's a lot to do, a lot to see. Now, I hope you liked this video. Leave your comment below. As always, thank you for watching.